Hey, what's up guys, DiplexHeated again, welcome back to Call to Arms. Today we're doing a mod video here using Call to Arms. It is the Ultimate War mod coming out soon, and this mod kind of converts the game to different war scenarios or conflicts. This one that we're looking at today is the currently only available one right now. There is a full list of all the conflicts that this mod will kind of try and recreate. But it's over on the workshop page, so head to Call to Arms, go to the workshop, and try and find the Ultimate War mod. It might not be public yet, the mod might still be hidden, but it'll probably be public as soon as you guys can subscribe and download something worth playing, huh? So the currently only available conflict is the Gulf War, so it's bringing the Gulf War here to Call to Arms. And it's really nice because the Call to Arms engine is beautiful, it's so graphically intense that if you can just, you know, put any other thing on it, it's gonna look amazing. I could even imagine a World War II mod for Call to Arms being pretty sick, huh? But there are obviously other games that fulfill that desire. Now, we are here with the Gulf War equipment. Now, these guys are U.S. troops that we're seeing. We have Iraqis on the other side of the map that we're going to look at. But the point and thing I wanted to kind of point out before we start this battle is that these models and skins are also available in the Red Rising mod. We've seen these guys in my Operation Desert Storm series that I did a couple of months ago for Red Rising. But it's by the same developer, Viper, and he also had them in that mod of his, Red Rising, back in the day. So they're here for Call to Arms. Now there's going to be other conflicts, I believe. I mean, we've got the Gulf War, just a bunch of other ones too. Maybe some Balkan War, maybe there was many, most of them realistic. I'm not sure of the others, but a lot of them were probably here in the Middle East. Of course, this one being one of them. But let's have a quick look at the Iraqi army before we start this scenario. You can probably recognize these guys too. Now, they've not only added infantry with different models and skins, they've also added armor. Here's a T-72M that's not available in Call to Arms. Got some infantry riding on the side. So, in general, just so cool that if you can port a lot of the good stuff from Red Rising to Call to Arms and make use of this beautiful engine and physics and everything else. Let's click Start. I'm not going to command anyone here. It's going to be pretty even. It's, you know, the US have got 3 vehicles, the Iraqis have got 2, the Iraqis have got 2 tanks, the US have got 1 tank, 1 IFV, and 1 Humvee. So it's, you know, maybe I'd rather have 2 tanks, but during the Cold War, not the Cold War, the Gulf War rather said, the Iraqis were always almost heavily outnumbering the US, but the US always pulled through with like minimal casualties. So it just shows how much you know, equipment matters and you know, skill of arms. Obviously something that the US had quite an advantage in, and not to mention the the air superiority. But here comes the Iraqi army, not knowing that the US are coming, and, you know, vice versa. They're going to meet into town, and there's going to be a clash. There we go. Now, the US are going to be arriving in from the north and east, while the Iraqis will be coming in from the south and west. I had like I don't know, I've been having issues with my throat recently. It's because I've been cold, and it kind of hit me again this Sunday. I guess I was out too much, too lightly dressed in this cold Swedish weather during the weekend. So I had to cut the video up in half because my voice was dying on me. So you will hear me drinking some water every now and then just to kind of clear my throat. And I might not be talking so much, but if I started the intro and went through explaining this mod, I sure as hell want to finish the video and give you guys what you clicked into here. So, oh, it was close there. Looked like the Abrams crew wasn't paying attention to the Iraqi armor, but both factions are pretty aware of each other's presence now. And the Bradley's opening up as well. This is going to be one hell of a clash. There we go. Hull pierced on the Abrams tank, but both Iraqi T-72s have been disabled. Whoa. Rocket went out there from the US in the center, hit a civilian car. If I were the US, I would have spent their missiles on the T-72s in the middle. But this is developing to be an interesting scenario. That Bradley's still active, firing some rockets. Maybe they should save that for the Iraqis. But currently as it stands, things are very unclear. Turret's been damaged on the T-72 to the left, so that thing's not going to make a threat to anything on its right. There goes the Bradley. That T-72 with the disabled turret is still doing damage to the US. It's quite insane. Oh! Looks like it's back on track working. It just fooled me. And that Bradley's gonna take one more hit. Now the Iraqi infantry hasn't really been allowed to enter the town. The T-72s got ahead of them quite quickly here, and it looks like they're being pushed back. But as long as that T-72 is operational there in the center, it's gonna continue to, well, make it difficult for the US to ever advance past it. Yeah, its main gun is one of those tricky things here in question. We're gonna remove the HUD for a second, or actually enable the HUD rather said. We're gonna have a quick look at the minimap to the left here if you can see. The Iraqis are very spread out. I'd say the numbers are about even. They've got a nice little formation going down here in defense. Looking pretty cool. You can barely see them, but they're hiding around here. And of course a lot of people back here in cover by the trams. And they've got a couple of people split off here on the right flank, taking some fire from US troops in the center. The US are very focused. They've got a lot of troops stationed right here, and they've got way many more troops pushed up here into the center. Now, not sure if the AI has the capacity to think that all too well, but I'd like to see these guys be put into actual use here. So, without further ado, I'm going to send in the US troops just a little closer to the Iraqis up there, clear the T-72 for just a second, and have a guy with an 84 run up and finish the job. Oh, that did not do the trick. Might be packing it a little too lightly. I surely wouldn't hope we are, but we're going to try that one more time. And we could leave the rest of the battle to be an epic infantry fight. There we go. So what remains on the field of battle right now is infantry. Pure infantry v infantry in fairly even numbers, so this should be quite enjoyable. Let's disable the HUD and get back into some cinematic viewing. Enjoy these models and skins. And of course beautiful FX during the call to arms engine. See there the Iraqi flag, it's pretty cool. I love this, and this street's been just torn apart here ever since the battle started. These tracks have been all messed up. More US infantry here by the market stands. Loving this model and unit, or skin. Makes for a really cool looking unit. Love the camouflage. Some guys pulling back here, so if we enable the HUD again, we can tell that the US have been kind of split up. We've got a small section on the right side of the street here. Lots of casualties around here. Got some Iraqi troops here still in this kind of interesting formation where they've built up like a V. You know, unintentionally, looking at the minimap, and it looks really cool. Just a handful of US soldiers on the right side of the street here. Lost connection with their friends on the left here that are pretty well dug in. The Iraqis are going to have a hard time pushing through this. I could kind of assure you on that one. Got a guy back here. Lee Clark and his 84. Now all the AT infantry, as soon as there were tanks around, they kind of stay very safe, get their 84s up and just prepare to ever cross the tank. But now that since both of the armor is taken out, we don't need any RPGs or 84s to ruin in this one here. So let everyone get back into the fight. Continue this battle. We're not going to look at casualties. We're not going to look at the minimap more. I just want to see the pure cinematic view of not really knowing how many's alive or where the enemy is. It's a very cool feeling. Look at this back here. The bullets hitting the trams. They're not going to be riding on Monday again. Except it's Monday today, but yeah. Probably haven't been riding for a long time. We've got a RPG soldier here that we might as well bring up. Get involved in the fight. So the Iraqis have kind of been pushed out of town. The only ones that got far up were the T-72s. We're going to have a quick look at casualties here. And we'll be able to tell that the Iraqis... Actually, is this US? Yeah. The US have lost a lot of infantry in the middle of the town right now. Iraqis have only lost a handful of men here along the outskirts next to the T-72s. But the US have been, so far, the ones taking the majority of losses in infantry. And both sides have deployed a pretty even number of infantry, so... it'll be exciting to see if the US can actually pull through. Right now, without my command, the AI has spread out. They are pushing out. And it looks like the Iraqis on the east side here of town starting to spread out and lose casualties. Or, well, lose people. Take casualties is the right word for it. This guy's pinned. See if he reacts to it. Took a shot to the shoulder, so... Oh, they're getting closer on him. It's going to be hard to knock out the Iraqis in the center and on the left side of town. Oh, no! Oh, that was close. There's only a handful of Iraqis left here on this side. Let's open up the HUD. We've got one man up here and two further down that have kind of pulled out a bit. But the Iraqis are looking very strong here in the center and on the left side, whereas the Americans are really just dug down, super quiet here on this right side of the street. This is everything that's left on this side. Just a small squad that's cut off from the main body back up here. Don't want to see these guys overextend now, but the AI is going to do whatever they want to do. Might feel that they've overextended a bit and they might push back. Yeah. Lots of troops still here in the center, as we can tell. Looking at the Iraqis. Big concentration of troops right here, and of course here. I think if the Iraqi AI decided to, let's take these guys out of the defense and send them out into the middle of the town, they would easily knock out the, let me see here, 3 Americans that we have right here. Could be 4 too, depending on the map. And of course the rest here that they would just swing in over. Okay, a couple of troops across the street. We got one Iraqi soldier that's crossed, so the AI might just make more moves. I was trying to make a move up in here. The center position is still holding, but they push back up here again. Accurate US fire coming in. It's gonna kill a lot of Iraqis there. Let's look over the US side. Still holding the center here very firmly. Not taking too many casualties here. We can see the Iraqis have lost more of the side now, but a lot of US gone down up here by the sandbags. It's pretty bad. And, well, it's exciting. Few seconds of silence hits the battlefield. That means a lot of the AI will be making moves. Got Iraqi troops coming up here. Now they're actually crossing the street. They made it back up to the tanks here. And the guys on the right side of the street now are engaged in combat. So I'm going to follow these guys for a while and see how long they can hold out. They are really outnumbered. And they're pulling back. This guy's not sure where he wants to be. On what side of the wall? Wrong side of the barricade, buddy. Holding by the Humvee. It's a cool position. It's not necessarily good, but it's a cool position. You guys played Full Spectrum Warrior? I believe you had could command a squad during the Gulf War or something. It was pretty cool. It was a really cool game, Full Spectrum Warrior. I think it was called Full Spectrum Warrior. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Kind of reminded me of Band of Brothers a bit. Or no, Brothers in Arms. Brothers in Arms, not Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers is a movie or a series. Okay, Iraqi's coming really close now. I don't know, I think the Iraqi's going to take this home. After all. It's been a cool fight. Oh. Guy was shot down. So there's... Well, there's one here. And I count 5 here. So there's 6 guys on this side. One lone soldier here in the center. Was M16. He's cut off from everyone. And then I count 2 on the right side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 US troops remaining. And I'd say there's about double or 3 times as many Iraqis. I'd say roughly double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say roughly double. So it's going to be hard for the US to pull out of this one, but we'll let the AI continue and wrap this fight up. Oh, we're down to 8 Americans. Oh, massive explosion in the center. Don't think that took any Iraqi lives with it. Holding firmly here. Covering each other. Not the greatest position. This lone American soldier went across the street, but he's down. Got shot down and is bleeding to death there by the bush. Look how cool he was moving. It was like animated. That's sick. So looking at the right side now, it's been pretty much cleaned up. Barely any Iraqi casualties doing so. So that V formation is kind of broke off, and now they're going to try and kind of swing in over here to the center. These last 5 Americans, quite outnumbered. Well, make that 4. We'll see how this is going to end. This is exciting, guys. This is exciting. It was a fairly even deployment off the start, but I just think that the Iraqis had a better position by not moving into the town. The Americans clumped up too much. The T-72s probably did more damage than the Abrams and Bradley did to the U.S. infantry, rather what the Bradleys and Abrams did to the Iraqi infantry, of course. And I think that's really represented by the amount of yellow bodies around here. Probably, I mean, this is all from the shell holes around here, so a lot of those guys died to that, which is unfortunate. Ooh, it's gonna be close here. I'm gonna look at this, and we'll finish this battle off by having a nice little view. So thank you guys for enjoying. Or thank you guys for watching this mod preview, Ultimate War. I'll be making more videos as soon as I can cover more content. Keep a lookout on the workshop. There will be more information coming up for this mod soon. My voice got a lot better after just talking a bit, which is quite surprising, as I didn't think that would be the countermeasure. They're pushing out to the right. Still 4 Americans surviving. Pretty sure they're bringing a few Iraqi lives with them down to hell if they are going there. We'll see. So far, they're still all on Earth. Not to hell, but to death, rather said. I don't want to. Look at this. It's a cool little holdout. So we've got three automatic rifles here. That could be a lot of trouble for the Iraqis. Battle's just not over yet. Still hugging the car here. Iraqi still overwhelmingly strong here in force, but they're just not pushing. I can't really see them taking any recent casualties. I haven't seen or heard a lot of screams. This video could go on for a long time by just letting the AI do whatever they want to. But I find it very enjoyable. The second they stop shooting at each other, they're gonna move on to each other. But I don't ever think they're gonna quite stop shooting at each other for a couple of minutes. It's gonna be very hectic. Yeah, not a good position. Oh, they're getting closer. The Iraqis are coming up to the town here. Look. They're moving around. Ooh. Explosion. No casualties from it. That guy's gonna go down any second now. Yep. Oof. More Iraqi troops moving close. Grenade just went out. Oh, it's gonna land right in the center of him. Got 1 Iraqi soldier. 3 US soldiers alive. 1 automatic rifle just spraying wildly there. Trying to suppress him, trying to keep him back. The Iraqis are silently moving up. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be so intense. There goes 1. Almost an eye for an eye. Almost a trade. Oh, here comes the grenade. Over the wall. Oh, no. If you don't move, you guys are dead. Oh. And the last man goes down in the street. In his own pool of blood. Well, okay. No dislike Reno because of US defeat Reno, please. Thank you very much. Thank you for being mature. And hope you guys enjoyed this mod preview, right? We have seen a pretty crazy battle. As you can tell, just in general, pretty even. It came down to the fact that maybe just a handful more Iraqis survived. But it was cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys as soon as I have more Ultimate War mod content to show you. I probably won't make another video of this mod yet. But when it gets new units and stuff and perhaps maps, then I definitely will. So until then, you guys enjoy. And I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.